I'm taking the 2022 Honda CRF 300L out for a ride today. Let me just get around this guy. And I've had it for about a month and a half. I have done a couple of 100 kilometers on it, but because I've had it for like a month and a half, I've put the first oil change on it, so I'll do another one at 500. But I thought I'd take it out for a ride and give you my first impressions. Just so you know, I have owned the CRF 250L as well, so can do a little bit of a comparison with that. But I'm going to take it up on some back roads, little dirt tracks that I know. So I'm coming down a little place in Bareilly where I live called Hapitan now, which is like the little fishing port. And we're going to go on some back roads. We'll go along by the seafront. So yeah, I bought this CRF 300L about, yeah, as I say, about a month and a half ago. I paid 264,900 pesos. It actually works out cheaper here than in the States or in the UK. I think that works out at under $4,000. And you'll find out later why I think it's such good value. There's a few, obviously, main improvements. And loads of people sort of been picking up, particularly the rally version. I'm going to tour this CRF 300L. In hindsight, I probably could have got the rally, but at the time when I bought it, I was only planning on sort of going on local tracks and stuff. Now I'm actually going to do a whole series traveling around the Philippines. But anyway, the headline increase, or the headline change really, is that the bump in CC. So it's gone from being the CRF 250L to the CRF 300L. It's actually 286 cc, so not quite 300. It's about a 30 odd cc increase in power. Let me just get around here. And obviously that's not a huge amount, but it's a decent amount on such a small engine. But in all honesty, the difference you're looking at now, just under 27 newton meters of torque and just under 27 horsepower. So it's up a couple of horsepower on the CRF 250L, and you can feel it. I'm 6 foot, and I don't know, I've been working out quite a bit recently, so I think I'm about just under 85 or 80 kilos. Inside leg measurement for reference is 34 inches. And so anyway, the power is not going to blow your mind difference, but there is definitely more usable power. It pulls a little bit better, and what they've done really that changes it more than anything is they've changed the gearing on it. And so the gears are a little bit shorter most of the way up, which gives you a little bit more grunt. It's almost like the equivalent of sort of changing the sprockets, changing one tooth on the sprocket, which I know a lot of people did on the CRF 250. And it does make a difference pulling power wise. It's now for Philippines roads. I mean, you can see the kind of roads I'm on. They do get bigger than this, you'll see later. It's got enough power to be faster than any car on the road, certainly acceleration wise, and unless you get a pickup like in front that's really blasting along, you can comfortably overtake. And the gearing as well, what they've done for you guys who are going to be sort of riding on highways and stuff in the States, they've actually made the 6th gear a little bit taller. It's almost like a cruising gear, so it doesn't pull particularly well in 6th, but it'll hold its speed at highway speed. So I've had this up to sort of 110. Obviously it'll go faster as well, but I haven't revved it out fully yet because I have been doing a break-in, and even though I've done a change of oil on it, I do rev it now, but I haven't been on any huge long rides yet. So that's the engine, that's the main difference in terms of the upgrades compared to the CRF 250L, and it does make a difference, and it makes it just that little bit more usable in terms of power. It just gives you that little bit more where you feel more confident doing overtakes and stuff. I don't know what I'm doing here, stuck in traffic. Hopefully I can get around this guy pretty quick. I've got my visor shut. It's possibly about 7,000 degrees in my visor. I don't like this guy going so slow on here. But this is the kind of road you're dealing with in the Philippines a lot of the time, especially if you want to get off the beaten path a little bit. So a bike like this is pretty handy. I'd like to go past this guy if I can. He's not going to be an arse. There we go. I don't want to be around behind him. slowing me down. But yeah, I mean, look at the state of the roads here, but I don't have to really change course, or just pick a line and go through. The other change is they've actually lightened it a little bit. It's 138 kilos now. This is the non-ABS model. I think the ABS model is 140 kilos, so it's shaved off a few kilograms and it's added some weight, which, let's face it, as bikers we always like that. Lighter and a bit more power. Everything else on it is it feels very, very similar. The seat height's about 34 inches. I think it's 34.7 inches. What you got to remember as well, if you're slightly shorter than me, is that it does sag down a little bit. It's quite softly sprung, but it's not as bad by all accounts as the Rally, which apparently is really soft. So this is a little bit harder than the Rally. Straight through these puddles. I'm not even standing up for that, but I should have done because my boots are filthy now. In terms of ergonomics, as I say, I can flat foot this comfortably. I can flat foot the bike pretty comfortably. Oh my god, bumpy. And it does sag a little bit when you sit on it, obviously, if you load it up as well. It's a very upright riding position. If anyone's rode the 250L, or you could see my review, I'll put a link to it up in the corner, of the CRF 150L review that I did. It's very similar ergonomics. It's quite a bit bigger than something like the CRF 150L, but if you're used to riding a bike like that, then a step up to the 300L wouldn't be out of the question. Get much more usable power. And look at this. I'll go straight through the middle of it. Don't know what's in it, but it's all right. I would not want to bring my other bikes along here, apart from I've got an Africa Twin now, but that is not coming along here yet because it's brand new. So ergonomics wise, yeah, it's pretty upright. Obviously it's like dirt bike-esque. Man, the roads are bad along here. Very, very comfortable, very straight bars. When you're standing, and I'll show you this in a little bit, when you're standing, the bars are a little bit low for someone of my height. Yo. But comfortable for pretty much all day comfort, if I'm honest with you. Another upgrade that it's got over the 250L is now, I might be wrong on this, but I don't remember the 250L having a gear position indicator, which this one has got on the dash. It's also got obviously odometer. It gives you average fuel consumption, current fuel consumption. It gives you a fuel gauge, and then it's got this digital speedo and digital replica of a tachometer up the top. Basically shows you everything you need. The only thing I'd like on it, which would be quite nice, but I understand why they haven't put it, is range. It doesn't give you that. Talking of range, it's I'm averaging about 27-28 kilometers per litre at the moment. Honda quotes 33, I think, and it's got just under an 8-litre fuel tank, so it's got a 7.8-litre fuel tank, so you're still looking at about a 200 kilometer range, which is pretty decent here in the Philippines, because to clock up 200 kilometers on this bike, I'm going to want to stop probably, because my arse will be numb, and I'll talk about the seat in a minute. So for me, the range is not too much of a problem. In the Philippines, where I am, there's a gas station like every 20 kilometers at least, so filling up with gas is not really a problem. So the extra range of the 12-litre tank on the CRF 300 Rally doesn't bother me that much. It'd be nice to have, but it's not essential. In terms of the power, just quickly talking about that, you still got to shift through the gears quite a bit with it being only a 300cc in comparison to obviously bigger bikes. Call me old-fashioned, but I quite like doing that anyway. This one is the worldwide version, and it comes with LED headlights and indicators, and it's got always-on indicators as well, which is some little safety feature that Honda seem to be putting on their bikes at the moment. I've noticed it on my Africa Twin as well. The one in America, I think, still has halogen headlights, which I've heard a few people complaining about. Maybe you can comment down below and let me know the reason for that. I've got no idea why they would do that. Let's just pull it here now. We'll just give it some revs, and we're up to 85, 86, 100 kilometers an hour, and we're into 6th gear, and it'll cruise. So we're doing 100 kilometers an hour at just about 5,500, just under 6,000 revs. Suspension, talk about suspension when going off-road. It's got 10.2 inches of travel on the front fork and the rear shock. The front fork is a 43mm upside down fork. It's a shower, no adjustment on that at all. And the rear, let me just get around these guys. The rear shock is adjustable for preload. Obviously you've got 21-inch front tyre, an 18-inch rear, sort of the generally accepted off-road setup, but it still handles pretty well on the road. It doesn't feel wobbly. I remember when I first got a CRF 150, it felt a little bit tippy. This one hasn't done at all. In terms of controls, it's pretty simple. Indicators, horn, full beam over here, and on the other side we've got a kill switch. We've got hazards. Here we go. This is where it starts to get more fun. We've got hazards, and we've got the starter. That's it. I've actually taken that whole assembly apart the other day because I've fitted these as service handguards. Doesn't come with handguards as standard, but they're pretty easy to fit. Fuel injected engine, obviously, so never any issues starting up. It's obviously it's Honda. I just expect it to be really reliable. Haven't really heard the 5k rattle that people go on about. I did start it up one day and just heard a little tick, which made me paranoid and go away and search the rattle. But no, I haven't got anything. I mean, it's just built for roads. Well, just exploring. I'll stop in a second and let you have a little look around, and then before we get to the kind of the dirt track area, I'll just have a look over here a minute because it's a pretty nice view. One thing I'll say about the bike, it's it kicks out a lot of heat down this right hand side, but it's not. Some people have complained that it's really bad. Now the radiator's here, and then obviously you've got the heat from the engine and the exhaust pipe running up under the seat. If you've got riding trousers on like me, then it's not an issue really. I'll just show you the bike quickly. So yeah, you've got your 43mm upside down shower forks, guards here which kind of keeps the seals a little bit cleaner, mud guard, LED headlights, indicators. I've put these hand guards on, they don't come as standard. These mirrors are a bit of a pain in the arse because they're a double nut design, but now I've got them tightened up, they're okay. The fan is going on now as it's just ticking over. There's a 256mm front disc. Gives you enough stopping power. It's not got a huge amount of initial bite, which I suppose if you're riding it off-road you're going to appreciate actually. You can modulate the brakes pretty well. Here's the 286cc single cylinder engine, good old thumper. Rear brake, well, nothing to say about it really, adequate. These pegs are pretty good, pretty flat. I found standing up on them it's not too bad, and also getting my knees tucked in there when I'm standing up, pretty comfy. Big rear tail fender on there. You get a little toolbox down here as well, and somewhere where you can keep your documents. It's a nice bike. It's almost like the perfect bike for the Philippines in a way, if you were just going to have one bike, and at under 4,000 US it's pretty good value. Look at the view. Big right there. Whee! Back end out a bit. Concentrate a bit more, but you can see standing up I just feel the bars are a little bit low for my height. But you can probably sit in third a lot of the time on this. Well, that's nice, isn't it? If you're thinking about getting the CRF 300L, as long as you know what it is you're buying a 300cc or 286cc single with great reliability, long service intervals, enough power to have fun, enough power to pull up most stuff, but it's not going to rip your face off. It's not an enduro machine, but for going on tracks like this, adventure where you don't know what the roads are going to be like, which is what I'm planning on doing with it, it's a great bike. I'm going to be vlogging around the Philippines, starting I think about the 3rd week of January. Like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell. I'm going to review all the other bikes that I've got, plus, you know, other videos, plus some vlogs, some travel and adventure vlogs. So it'd be great if you join me. And yeah, I'm going to go and ride now. Be the perfect bike for like green laning in the UK and stuff. Fire tracks, fire roads in America? Tell me. God, I'd love to ride in America. Someone give me a green card, please. Just let him know that I'm going past. Perfect for this though. We're nearly at the end of this little bit of track now, which is going to take us near to... I love that. I love having no ABS on the back. Oh my god. Catboy! And we're at the end of those sort of dirt trails, but it just shows you can do it that easy. And obviously you guys who are much better off-road riders than me can have a lot more fun with it. I like this bike. It's not a bike that you're going to want to rip around on. So I'm in 3rd gear now. I'm playing with the clutch to get it going because I was too high a gear, but it still goes fine. That is back towards Toledo, up on the west coast of Cebu. But it's got, I remember having if you look at the video of my CRF 150L review, these kind of roads, this is quite, not this bit, but the turns that I've just been on, quite steep, and this has absolutely no problem whatsoever pulling up. Look at this little dog in the road. Absolutely no problems whatsoever pulling my fat ass up there. Actually, I don't know why I say fat, I'm not fat. So anyone lighter than me, it'll be even better. And I was going to talk about the seat. So the seat, obviously, it's just your typical dual sport seat. And you can't, I don't think you can buy this bike and then complain about the seat, because you know what you're getting, right? You know what you're getting with a dual sport seat. It's a bench seat, but it's not too bad. Like, I've been out for 30-40 minutes now, absolutely fine, not feeling anything at all, not even the starting sensations of ooh. So yeah, I'll be doing a review on these other bikes here. So we got the Z900, that's a 2022 model. It's the base model, it's not the SE, because I'm a pretty standard size. and so I don't find I have to tinker with suspension too much. No, I don't think we'll do a review on the Honda Click. Is it a Click? Yeah. There's the Africa Twin. I'll be taking that on some tours and some big rides soon. I'm still breaking it in. And then we've got that's a 2021 model. And then we've got a Kawasaki Ninja 650. That's a 2022 model. So we're reviewing that, and then we've got the Copper Fox bike. I think my daughter can review that. It's the first bike she's had. I bought it for Christmas, and it's not the first bike she's had. It's the first proper big bike she's had, and she learnt to ride it in like one morning. She's well happy with herself. I was so proud of her. So she'll do the review on that. I'll do the review on the others. Tell me which bikes you want to see next. Okay, so the next video I'll probably do, it will be on either a Z900, Ninja 650 or Africa Twin. Possibly a sort of like a first ride review and look around. Tell me in the comments down below which one do you want to see most. Z900, 650 Ninja or Africa Twin. Okay, leave that in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it, because then I can start to tailor the content to what you guys want to see as well. That's all for now. I am going to wash my bike. See you later.